Niche.com ranked one place as the best suburb in the entire state of Florida, and it's right here in Tampa. But the quote-unquote best suburb will be subjective to your lifestyle and budget, so I wanted to show you my top 7 suburbs in Tampa that everyone and their mothers are currently moving to. And along the way, try to figure out which one area best suits you and your family, and let us know down in the comments. Stay tuned, guys. This top list of Tampa suburbs that you will see today is coming from myself, a Tampa native and realtor with a team that has helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes in Tampa each year. So not only is this list well vetted, but I hope it helps you with narrowing down the best areas to live. And if anything catches your eye, don't hesitate to reach out to my team and I would love to help you out. Now, without further ado, starting with number 7 on the list is Brandon, Florida. This suburb in Tampa is one of the newer popular suburbs that could still be considered more affordable than others. So why have people always loved Brandon, Florida so much? Well, one of the main draws in Brandon has got to be the Westfield Brandon Town Center, which is kind of like the community hub around here. You'll find a mix of chain and local stores, casual dining options, and lots of entertainment. Because who doesn't love going to the movies? And if you need some dining recommendations straight from a local, check out Stein and Vine, which is a beloved spot for pub fare with a twist. Moreno Bakery also has some amazing Cuban sandwiches and pastries for a quick taste of Tampa. And what about some fun things to do nearby? Well, 2 local favorites nearby would be iFly for some indoor skydiving fun, and Topgolf, which is great for groups of friends or just a fun night out with the family. Now, keep in mind that Brandon's nightlife is more low-key than somewhere like South Tampa, but there are some bars that have light music playing, and if you search for it, you might even find something like reggae or rock. But still, if you're more into that nightlife scene, one of the biggest bonuses about living in Brandon is that South Tampa and Channelside are just a short drive away. Now, this isn't the only worth it if you want to go out at night. If you're also commuting from work frequently, you're going to want to live in a well-located place like Brandon. Lots of city-style amenities without actually living in the city. Now, we can check amenities and location off the list, so what about housing? Well, Brandon is full of options from apartments to large single-family homes, which makes it a right fit for a lot of folks. You will find plenty of neighborhood options in Brandon, but Sterling Ranch, Buckhorn, Providence Lakes, and Bloomingdale should all be at the top of your list for established neighborhoods, and the current median home price sits right around $426,000, which means it does make it somewhat of an affordable suburb these days. Now, Brandon offers all the essentials for that cozy suburban feel, but if you like this vibe while still wanting to check out some of the coastal living options in Florida, the next suburb we're going to talk about is pretty much made for you. Surprisingly, there's a waterfront suburb in Tampa that's still a little more affordable than going near the main beaches in Pinellas, and that's going to be Apollo Beach. This is where you will go if you want those waterfront views, but it's far from being the only place where you can get them. So stick around through this video if you want to see the rest of what I'm going to show you. Now, another thing that stands out here is the overall slower pace in Apollo Beach. It has this laid-back vibe that's also putting a lot of emphasis on outdoor activities. The area is especially popular with people who love water sports, nature, and the pace of living in a slower-paced community. So let's break down some of those outdoor areas. You've got E.G. Simmons Park nearby, which is one of the main outdoor attractions here, and it's where you go for things like kayaking, camping, or even finding a smaller beach just for locals to enjoy. And if you have pets, just know that there are tons of dog-friendly areas and open spaces in Apollo Beach, so you're never run out of places for that daily dog walk. Apollo Beach also has a special draw during those cooler months, the Manatee Viewing Center. Locals and visitors gather here to see them up close. It's a seasonal attraction that brings everyone together and also highlights the community's conservation efforts. So what about the housing here? Well, Apollo Beach also has a pretty diverse market with a range that goes all the way from affordable condos and townhomes to luxury waterfront properties. Home prices in Apollo Beach can generally start around the high 300s to 400s depending on where you look, and you've got options for both first-time buyers and people seeking those upscale properties. There are also tons of new developments going on, so Waterset is one of the newer and larger communities here that features over 10,000 homes once fully completed, with pools, trails, clubhouses, and playgrounds virtually creating a neighborhood you may never want to leave. Prices here start around $400,000. However, the median home price around Apollo Beach, especially near the water, is a tad higher in the $500,000s. All in all, Apollo Beach is about that beachy lifestyle that feels worlds away from the chaos of the city, but what if you're looking for even more space, plus a countryside feel? Then I have just the suburb for you. Next on the list, if you want more land and wide open spaces, Odessa is one place you can still find that in Tampa. First up, it's known for three things: privacy, peacefulness, and scenic landscapes. It's kind of like a rural retreat with all the suburban perks you want nearby. Another big reason many buy in Odessa is the strong school system, but also because Odessa is only 25 minutes from Tampa Airport and 45 minutes from the beaches. Located just north of Tampa, you have easy access to all of Tampa with the Veterans Expressway, and you're even close to Wesley Chapel for shopping. One of the standout communities in Odessa is Starkey Ranch, which it is pretty popular amongst families and outdoor enthusiasts too. Starkey Ranch is home to over 2,400 acres, 20 miles of trails, multiple dog parks, pools, trails, even a community garden. It's designed to blend into natural landscape, which gives residents direct access to the green spaces in their community. The community also has its own schools, so families don't even have to leave the area for top-notch education. Now, on top of that, Starkey Ranch Village Center is also a shopping and dining hub on its own, which couldn't be more convenient since we're looking at a bit of a more rural setting. Now, if you are home hunting in Odessa, take note that homes generally start in the mid 400,000s, but the median here are going to be well over 600,000 and can go higher for properties with added amenities, larger lots, or premium locations within Starkey Ranch. A few other communities are Astoria with close to 500 homes, modern clubhouse, pools, and walking trails. And then there's Van Dyke Farms, an older community that was built in the 90s with larger lots and no CDD fees. It's a lifestyle designed for those wanting a bit more of a rural feel, but with city amenities right in the area. Now, Odessa gives you a place where you can unwind, but if that feeling is a bit too remote, the suburb I'm about to tell you about is a step up in every way. Fourth on the list is a favorite Tampa suburb that everyone loves. Known as one of the first true suburbs of Tampa back in the 60s, it's split into two sections: Original Carrollwood and Carrollwood Village. Now, Carrollwood is famous for its mature oak trees that line the streets, ski lakes, golf courses, parks, and having nearly everything you need right on Dale Mabry Highway. Here, you'll only be 25 to 30 minutes to downtown Tampa also. Now, just like Odessa, Carrollwood is also home to other established neighborhoods, and let's not forget about those amenities within reach. Carrollwood Village Park is a central spot for all kinds of residents, and it has everything from a splash pad to a skate park, dog-friendly areas, and scenic trails. The park is pretty much designed for everyone in the family. Now, some of the dining options around the area are amazing too, like Burger Monger and Carmel Cafe if you just need a quick place to grab a bite. Cafe Caribe is a great option for a Latin cafe, and Michael's Grill has excellent food just around the corner. In addition, you also get the Carrollwood Country Club, which is another highlight of the area. It's a popular place where you can meet up and stay active, and it's not just about golf. The club also has its own tennis courts, and they host social events pretty frequently that help foster that strong community connection. Till this day, I still say the 4th of July celebration might have been the best fireworks show I have ever seen. And it doesn't matter if you're a longtime resident or a newbie in the area. The country club is just a great place to all come together. If all that sounds like something you'd want, just know that homes here tend to start in the 500,000s, but can go up for lakefront properties, homes with larger lots, or homes closer to the area's amenities. I'd say Carrollwood has a varied mix of housing options where you can find condos, townhomes, and single-family homes, providing the option to choose your lifestyle. All in all, Carrollwood offers a very charming, family-friendly environment that's convenient if you're looking to shop, have fun, or find a place that's community-centric. It's a fantastic suburb for those looking to balance suburban peace with close access to Tampa's livelier spots. And if this appeals to you, you're gonna really love what's coming up next. If you want space, great schools, and bigger homes a little more away from everything, yet still close enough to Tampa, then you will need to check out Lutz. This is a top choice for families for so many reasons. It's located just off Dale Mabry Highway with easy access to shopping, restaurants, and entertainment. You also have easy access to the Veterans Expressway, so you're only about 20 minutes to the airport and about 30 minutes to downtown Tampa, the Riverwalk, and Busch Gardens. Now, Lutz is known for its more suburban, quaint, small town, slower pace, old Florida lifestyle, so if that sounds like you, then you're gonna love living here. Lutz is surrounded by lots of nature, and there are scenic lakes scattered all throughout the area. Obviously, lakefront homes are more popular here, which means getting the perfect setting for fishing or just enjoying amazing views. Another thing that makes it good for families is the fact that you can find some pretty well-rated schools around here. I mean, Lutz schools are known for its triple threat, the A-rated McKittrick, Martinez, and Steinbrenner High School. Lutz is also spread out, but you won't have a problem finding a close grocery store or restaurant similar to most of the areas on the list. Also, you can actually get some pretty big lots around here for your money, which means bigger yards and just tons of space for any family out there looking to spread out. Another great thing about this is that it makes life quieter and more private, which is what so many people are looking for outside of the city and those other busier areas. Now, in terms of housing options, you also get a pretty diverse range here, with prices starting in the 500,000s and reaching over the millions for those larger lakefront properties. The most popular community in Lutz, and one that I have actually lived in, is Cheval. There's 3 guard-gated entrances, and the community is split into the east and west sections. It's home to a private 18-hole golf course and country club in the east section, with access to TPC Golf and Clubhouse in the west section, all with private roads with golf cart access. Homes range from the high 400,000s to over $2 million here, and you're intertwined with nature, with most homes having conservation pond or golf course views. If you want lakefront living with no HOA or CDD, 1 to 2 acre lots where you can keep your boat and RVs, then you should look near Lake Crenshaw and Saddleback Lake, where the homes here have more character, so you really won't find cookie cutter either. If you want a newer community in Lutz, the Promenade at Lake Park is one example that is fully built out, but has resale available. Willow Reserve is also a newer D.R. Horton community with those options as well. We're covered some pretty amazing suburbs up until this point, but it's time to get into the big leagues. There are only 2 suburbs left to talk about, and they're some of the hottest areas in the market right now. So what places do you think I'm gonna talk about? Well, before getting into those, remember that I wanna hear about your favorite Tampa suburb, so make sure to leave it in the comments down below. I bet most of you would have thought this would be the number 1, but not quite. Wesley Chapel has grown into one of Tampa's most desirable suburbs, which is crazy to think about, but it also makes so much sense considering how much potential there is around here. It's definitely a suburb with all of the bells and whistles. Wesley Chapel is known for having a very vibrant lifestyle, modern amenities, and that sense of community we've already talked about. Located on the northeast side of the city, it's just a 30 to 40 minute drive from downtown, which makes it a good option if you need suburban life but need direct city access. This place is also great if you're looking for a little shopping and dining. These shops at Wiregrass and Tampa Premium Outlets are full of major brands and boutique shops, and both locations host events like artisan markets, food festivals, and car shows throughout the year. The Grove is another spot worth visiting, with big box stores and a new concept called Crate, where restaurants, bars, and shops operate out of 94 repurposed shipping containers, which gives the area a very trendy and modern vibe that looks so cool. But what are some of those things that make it special? The crown jewel of Wesley Chapel is the Epperson Lagoon. It's a massive 7.5 acre man-made lagoon with clear blue water, beach-like surroundings, and activities like paddleboarding, kayaking, and even a swim-up bar. This lagoon is part of the Epperson community, which is known nationally for being your go-to if you want something close to resort-style living and a vacation feel. Locals will tell you that living in Epperson is like having a beach right in your backyard, which is a huge draw for families and young professionals too. But now that I mentioned families, I'm glad to let you know that Wesley Chapel is home to some top-rated schools like Wiregrass High School, lots of parks, and other family-friendly neighborhoods like Avalon Park and Seven Oaks. Both of these communities provide their residents with private pools, walking trails, and playgrounds, which is basically what an active family needs. And if you're looking for a home in the area, keep in mind that the range is just as big as the variety. We could be looking at anything from the high 300,000s to over $1 million, and with the median sitting around 530,000, you'll have a variety depending on the home and obviously depending on your budget and lifestyle. Another thing that I love about this suburb is that it has a very lively and inclusive feel that attracts everyone from young families to retirees looking for a fun and engaging lifestyle. It might sound weird, but if you are down for an upscale vibe that goes hand in hand with the social and community-focused feel of a small town, Wesley Chapel is the perfect mix. Now, as much as I love it, we've got to make space for the last suburb today, which is the one currently taking the crown as Florida's best suburb. If you want to live, in my opinion, one of Tampa's best suburbs, then Westchase is the clear winner. It's been around since the 90s and has been the talk of the town in Tampa for nearly 3 decades, ranking #1 best suburb to live in Florida, the #4 best suburb to raise a family in the state, and the #1 Tampa suburb for young professionals. Located only 15 minutes to the airport, 25 minutes to downtown Tampa, under 40 minutes to Clearwater Beach, and near 3 malls, Citrus Park Town Center, International Mall, and West Shore Mall, you're literally near everything in Tampa Bay area. To start off, it's known for having quite an upscale look, coupled with the community atmosphere I've mentioned so many times today, and of course, some very polished landscaping. But one of the best things about it has got to be its location. Westchase sits just 20 minutes from downtown and has quick access to the Veterans Expressway, which means it just makes things super easy if you need to commute or just enjoy being close to city amenities. At the heart of Westchase is West Park Village, and this central hub is filled with cafes, shops, and restaurants that draw locals for coffee, brunch, and evening dinners. I love the fact that it's designed almost like a small town within the suburb, where locals can walk from their homes to the village center. You're sure to find food truck nights and holiday parades and farmers markets here, giving the area a very lively and social feel that's rare to find in many suburbs. Another great place to get acquainted with other locals is by going to the Westchase Golf Club, which is obviously a favorite for both golfers and outdoor lovers. The place also has multiple parks, playgrounds, and sports facilities, so families have plenty of ways to stay active here. And what about that home market? Well, it's true that home styles vary here, with townhomes starting around $400,000 and median home price sitting around $700,000, and of course, you'll go higher for those larger, luxurious properties exceeding the $1 million mark. There's 28 distinct villages and neighborhoods spread across 2,000 acres, over 3,000 homes, with the most notable neighborhoods being West Park Village, the Fords, the Bridges, Radcliffe, and the Greens. Now, something to keep in mind is that the area's deed restrictions keep homes and landscaping looking pristine, which also adds a lot to that high-end polished look. Overall, I'd say Westchase really deserves that top spot, and I hope to see the place continue to develop over the years. What did you think about the different options? While all these places are amazing, something to keep in mind is that living in the suburbs is not for everyone, especially when you have other neighborhoods right in the city that might fit your lifestyle a little bit better. So, should you live in Tampa suburbs or not? Well, you shouldn't if you need urban life or hate commuting, because all featured communities on this list sit 25 to 30 minutes from downtown Tampa's entertainment. You also shouldn't if you want beach access, because every suburb requires 45 plus minutes to reach Gulf beaches. Now, you shouldn't if you hate planned communities, because major developments like Wesley Chapel, for example, have thousands of homes, but most have HOAs and CDDs. Now, you should if you have a family focus, because there's A-rated schools like Steinbrenner High that anchors Lutz, while Westchase ranks number 4 for Florida families with year-round community events. If you want new amenities, well, Wesley Chapel leads with 2 Crystal Lagoon communities and the area's highest concentration of shopping, while Starkey Ranch offers 12 miles of trails and extensive sports facilities. Now, you should if you want and you value space, because things like Cheval that backs most homes to conservation or golf courses, while Lutz offers 1 to 2 acre lots for under $1 million. At the end of the day, it all comes down to you and your preferences. Just know that if any of the places mentioned here caught your eye, there's no better way to know more about them than to just reach out. We're a local real estate team here in Tampa that's helped hundreds buy and sell, and we'd love nothing more than to help you too. Our info's right there on the screen. Now, before you go, if you like this video, then you'll love my video all about Tampa's neighborhoods. It's the ultimate guide to living here, where I cover where to live, things to consider, and show you even more homes. So if you want to live in Tampa, then check that video out next. And as always, until that next video, I'll catch you later.